How are we doing, everybody?
Hola.
Oh, our camera's messed up. Yay.
What?
Yeah, and there's no, I don't know if I can fix that. Hang on, guys. Let's see if we can fix the camera. All right, we'll do this camera, and then we just got to see if I can get the other one fixed. Oh man. Oh, that's not what I want. Over here's what I want. Back to it. Back to it. I don't know if I can do this. Integrated camera. I don't think it's gonna work. I think this one, when it bugs out for some reason, when this device gets messed up, it doesn't reset it for some reason. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for me to reset that. Oh boy. All right. Let me see if I switch it to. I almost guarantee if I cancel it and start it back up, it's not gonna catch up in time.
But that never happened.
Yeah, it happened once before.
See?
Yeah. Did it catch up in time? Oh, looks like we might have made it. Did I make it? Yep, that's there. All right. We'll go to. Okay. All right. How are we doing, everybody?
Hola.
Welcome to an episode of Getting Jiggy with It and Technical Difficulties. Yeah, so we had some technical difficulties. That'll probably be edited out, maybe. if I get around to it. But we are back to play a Fantasy Realms game. So we are playing Star Trek Missions, which is a new Fantasy Realm games, or a game based on the Fantasy Realms mechanics. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Oddly, the box doesn't say a Fantasy Realm games. Originally, the promo art actually said that on it. It said a Fantasy Realm games somewhere on it, but the box doesn't actually say that. Maybe they didn't want people to get confused. But this is in the same vein as like Love Letter, where they take the Love Letter core game and they make some minor changes to it to allow you to have an IP slapped on it. And speaking of IP slapped on it, guess what I just learned today? Guess which IP is going to be the next Fantasy Realms game? There's only one IP that matters. What's the only IP that matters in this world? Marvel. So they are making a Marvel, it's called Marvel Remix, and it will be another Fantasy Realm game. So of course, WizKids provided us this when they provided us the last Fantasy Realms. We'll just go for the trifecta and see if they'll go ahead and give us the Marvel one as well. Because of course we'll want to play that and see how it's different. It may be the same, maybe different. I did say it's going to have like villains, heroes, equipment, a bunch of like different mechanic things that can be added to it. So it seems cool. With that said though, we're going to go ahead and get the camera flipped over. We'll do a quick rundown of how to play Fantasy Realms, because really it's a very quick rundown of how to play Fantasy Realms. So let's do the camera. Where's the camera? There it is. All right. So we are set up for a two-player game. So unlike the normal Fantasy Realms, which you can watch our live gameplay of that, there is no two-player variant. So they said that they found that the rules, I guess with the new mission cards, works very well at two-player. So there is no two-player variant. It's just what it is, right? So in any Fantasy Realm games, and specifically Star Trek Missions, since that's what we're playing, you basically can take one of three actions. You can either take a card from the common discard, you can take a card from the draw pile, or in Star Trek Missions, you can take two mission cards. If you draw from any of the locations, you need to discard as many as you drew. So for example, if you draw two missions, then you have to discard two missions, placing them face up in the row. If you draw one from the pile, you're going to discard one from your pile. If you draw one from the common discard, then same thing, you're going to discard one. It's just equal 1 for 1. The objective of the game is to match and combine different cards together based on their abilities or whatever actions they need. So it might say, have a group of engineers, have a bunch of artifacts, have, a medical or a cosmic symbol. So the game does have a bunch of, this is my mission. We play our missions face up, but on my mission card, you can see there are a bunch of symbols there. If maybe we can see it, I don't know. But there's little blue symbols, that's medical. There's a little green symbol, that's cosmic. And they're just going to be different types of cards that you're trying to collect to basically get the most points. Now, the end of the game, I believe, is the same, and it's going to be when there are, so there's two end games compared to regular Fantasy Realms. It's either when there are 8 galaxy cards discarded, or when there are 12 mission cards discarded. So that is one thing that is a little bit different, is in the two-player version of Fantasy Realms, you actually went 2 cards above that. I think it was 10 and 12, and now it's only 8. So it's actually decreased a little bit from, I think, even Fantasy Realms. I think that's it, right? So that is it. So we're going to decide who goes first, or Oddly's going to decide.
With our 20-sided die from Extra Life, because we support Children's Miracle Network.
Yes.
The donations that you can also make using the link down below.
Down below. Sí.
Para los niños.
Para los niños. We did hit the $100, so probably this weekend I will record the giveaway video. So if you want to be made aware of when that video goes live and how you can enter the giveaway, make sure you hit that subscribe and bell notification. That way you get notified when the video goes up. And with that said, I am going to go with low. That is a 5. That would be a low.
This.
I always win this, but you like me going first anyways, because then I get to show what we're supposed to do and then see how we're supposed to react to that. So I'm going to look at my cards. You can look at your cards. So the starting hand is 5 and 2 missions. I forgot to mention that. So for each. Okay. 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 Yeah, I don't know. So I kind of have to draw this because this is all I've got. I do have my missions, though. All right.
It's a lot of things that you have.
There are a lot of things. All right. Well, he's not going to help me much. I'll hang on to him. I'm going to get rid of this artifact. So I'm going to get rid of the Tux Hot, which the artifact would give me 6 for each archaeologist and other cosmic. All right, so it's on you. So each card has basically a symbol that says what they are, engineering, command, whatever. Then they have another line that says their race, and then they have another line that says what they are. You know, hostile, the Klingon, the Federation. So who are they? Who do they belong to?
Okay, so I am going to draw.
Draw. Okay.
And I'll discard this.
Let me see if I can see if they put a cheat sheet on here of all the symbols. Oh, okay. So really what it's called is type, specialty, life form, affiliation, and then text. And then we have to leave these visible because remember, if we want to draw from the pile. So I think I'm going to take the Chancellor there. And we will put him a key. And I will get rid of lore. So oddly, unfortunately, we've watched the new movies, but we have not watched the original series or Star Trek The Next Generation. So these characters are a little unknown to Oddity. She just knows of the franchise, and that's about it. All right, so you have Bosch, archaeologist and a human.
I remember Spock.
All right. You remember Spock? Let's see here. Wow, we're gonna run out like real quick here because we both keep drawing one card.
Sí, pero es
Like making a combination isn't very easy, is it? Okay, well, he's not gonna help me either. All right, so it's back to you. We're at what? We're at 4. We're halfway. We're halfway there.
So it does not matter this color here is something related to
that's related to their type. So civilian, artifact, captain,
so do I have
personnel. So you may have a card that says you get X number of points per captain, or you get X number of points per civilian.
Oh, I see, and that is in
yeah, so like your missions. Well, not necessarily red. That's the word right here. So this is their type. This is their specialty. This is their life form, and then this is their affiliation.
But I don't have to group colors or anything, just what the cards say.
Whatever, yeah, same as Red Rising, same as the other fantasy realms. You're just trying to make stats to get you the most points.
Colors.
Yeah, but the color is what their color.
Is that also
their color is their type, basically. Because remember, in Red Rising, it's based off the book series, and each color is a different class of people. So it's the type of people.
Because so far I don't have like anything that
matches, goes together. None of these help you. You got to look at your quests too. You want to make sure you're going after your quest items.
So for team with any 2 or more command cards with the same affiliation. 14 points? No, 14 what? 14 points? With no. Any 2 or more.
Yeah, so you get 14 points with any 2 or more command green guys with the same affiliation. Yep.
So I don't have with at least 15 with at least 1 federation
Well, or you
with
could just try to get
coins
two new,
and at least 2 other cards with that science symbol.
or you can get two new missions. You can see if you can get two new missions and see if those help you.
And discard these 2?
No, you draw 2, and then out of your 4, which 2 do you want to keep?
Oh.
Basically.
5 for each engineer and for each system. Oh, so see, these are the colors I meant. Captain is in red, system is in purple, location is in. Okay.
So the color, yeah, the colors they eventually showed us. So she finally got mission cards. So the colors are brought up, but they're brought up as the word, which is the same as Fantasy Realms. It's colored that way in Fantasy Realms. So that's what you were looking for. So, but you can only keep, no, these don't matter. Yeah, you just pick which 2 you want to keep, and then you have to discard the other ones.
Do they also go in the market?
Yeah, they go in the bottom row. Yep. All right. I think I'm actually going to take Trapped in the holodeck, and I'm going to do Meddlesome Q. I'm going to pass him out. That does mean I need to find a holodeck.
Oh, each location. That's I have some 18 with at least 3 personnel with at least 3 different personnel things. I really don't know.
You have to get through the cards. It's the only way to know. It's the way, and I think that's one of the downfalls of these types of games is your first play, which all of our gameplays are first playthroughs. You have no idea what any of the cards are. And like a lot of people that play these games, it's like this is their staple game and they've memorized all the cards. So they know exactly which cards combo with each other. So I don't know how we're going to do this to make it so we can fit them all. Because there's no way we're fitting 12 of these guys.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I discard this. No, but I'm gonna grab one from here.
Did you draw?
See, because
well, then no. Then that's it. Now you have 5, right?
Oh,
you drew and then you discarded.
I had to draw.
You had to draw from there if you wanted him.
Okay.
Damien Tog, Command Ferengi Alliance. 8 for each Betazoid. I don't have any Betazoids. No tienes Betazoids. Oish. Man, this is getting rough. Well, now he's good because there's an artifact out there too. Because he gives 8 for each artifact. We're gonna end the game in like 2 more draws here. Because none of these cards are working. I don't know why I discarded him. I shouldn't have discarded him. Adios, Spock. Federation, Vulcan, Ambassador, and Science. 6 for each Romulan. Ambassador Sarek and Lieutenant Commander Data. So he gives 6 for all 3 of those. All right. I'm gonna do what I don't know why I should have kept him last turn instead of discarding him. And then get rid of Beverly Crusher. For her, I specifically needed a sick bay, and I don't think I'm going to get holodecks now. I think I'm going to get more missions. So if you draw a card, you're ending the game. If you don't take from there.
No, I'm taking from here.
Oh, okay.
I know that. So I put it. I
Well,
just
you
got
draw
it.
first and then discard. Yeah. So, all right. So I need this artifact to go with this other guy that I just picked up. I'll get rid of this guy they've been holding on to for a while. Wow. Me just holding on to that card caused it to bow. They are very thin cards. So we've already mentioned it's a slight linen finish, but they're very thin cards. So that'll come up at the end of the video too. When we do our first impressions. All right. So back to you. So you really can't hold them. You just kind of have to let them lay in your hand. What was that? Vice Admiral Nakamura. 7 for each Federation command. Well, I got rid of all my Federation. You meanie? All right, well, I need to get rid of one of these missions, so I'm going to draw. I was hoping I could get the holodeck, but I did not get it. 14 with at least 1 personnel and a counselor or Federation captain. 7 for each system and each hologram. Wow. All right, well. Dang it, I got rid of all my medical too. I needed to keep the medical, I think. I don't want this anymore. I don't want that anymore. See, now I think it's like, okay, before we finish the game, it's like try to go through the missions and find some missions. I don't like any of these missions now. No, I think I'm still okay with that. I just can't get, I need to find a medical person. I don't think I like that one. I think I'll keep this one for now. All right. So it's 12 of those, right? Isn't that what I said? Yeah, 12 mission cards. Which, that happens twice as fast because you're discarding 2 every time.
This one is 5 for each engineer and for each system and location.
Yes, so for every system you get 5. For every location you get 5.
Because I have one that is system and location together.
Then it only counts once for that card.
Oh, okay, so this means separate cards.
Separate cards, yep. Yep.
Okay, so...
OCD isn't fun. That's the only problem with playing card games that don't have like a board, is trying to keep the cards straight on the camera and making them look all nice and pretty.
What if I don't want to discard now?
Then you basically just draw a card and discard that card. Or see if you can get you better missions. So you can either see if you can get...
Because if I do that, I will end the game.
Yes, or if you get missions, you can just see if you get better missions.
Sure. I don't think I'm doing well. Okay, pick this one.
If you can't complete both of them, then I would say, yeah, you'd probably want a new mission.
I need 2 or more
Command?
Command?
Yeah, command is the red cards.
No, that's captain.
Well, but you have to draw 2 or just do a 1-to-1 swap. You can either do a 1-to-1 swap or draw 2.
Can I just draw one? New one?
No, you have to draw 2. No matter what, you have to draw 2 if you're going to draw.
But if I want to keep this one, can I keep it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you have to draw 2 when you draw.
And then I choose.
Yeah, then you choose if you want to keep any of them or which ones of the 4 now that you want to keep. Hola, Casperito. Casper, that's not necessary, buddy. So Casper, I don't know, he started just whining lately. Like, whenever he eats, he whines. He goes to the bathroom, he whines. And they've got a word for it. It's miel. It's like a miel. So it's like meow and a yell together. Like, there's a word for it. They say older cats do it.
yeah, keep this one and
discard the other two. That one, and then you have to discard the other one. And that one. All right, so what do we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're at halfway mark on that. All right, what did you discard? 14, 2 more command cards with the same. Ooh, I do like that. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this for conflicting orders. Thank you for conflicting orders. 10 for 10 forward in each cosmic. Player who takes this from the discard area may take an extra turn after the current one, even if the first turn triggers the end of the game. Ooh, that's nice, but you got to get 10 forward. That's a location card. That's what makes that one difficult. Because you could take it and not get any points, but you would get the extra turn. All right, if you like both your missions, all you can do is draw a card and discard.
no, but I'm not sure now. I need to draw a new card because I knew this worked for me, but I don't want to because I don't want to.
That's fine. End the game and we'll play again.
It's not easy.
No.
It has more things that you have to match because it is this plus the symbol plus whatever the.
Same as Fantasy Realms and Red Rising. Exact same. There's multiple things on all of them that you have to match. There's the name of the person, because like I have a card that says you get more points if you have that particular character. I think it was the same. I think I'll have to pull out the Fantasy Realm box, but I think it was the same thing. I think there's like four identifiers on each card. Maybe not.
See, but it's like here it could be the same. I don't know if what confuses me is like it is the same type. What is this type?
Well, they're not the same type. The symbol, ignore the symbols. Just ignore the symbols. You only want the words in them. The symbol is just a reference for matching your card, right?
I think it's still more difficult. It's nice, but it's more difficult. So I will draw.
Okay. So now I think it ends immediately. I don't think I get to take one more turn. The game ends when there are 8 cards. Yeah, so that's as soon as it's 8 cards. So this will be end of the game. All right, and a transporter. All right. So now we put out our cards and we're going to add up our points. So let's see here. All right, so we have Adri. We have Will, and they do it. The score sheet does it card by card, so it's just easier to do card by card. All right, so he gives me nothing. So card 1 is nothing for me. Your card 1 is you had Worf. Dang it, you had my Worf, man. All right, so Worf is nothing. 4 for each weapon and other combat.
I have a weapon.
Oh, you have a weapon. Okay. All right. So you have card 1, you have 1 weapon. See, 1 weapon. So 4 for that one. Okay. Card number 2 is Chancellor Gowron. And he is 5 for each other Klingon and Klingon Empire. So I have 1, 2, because it's other, so he doesn't count. So I got 10 for card number 2. And you...
No, 8 for each
sick bay
and insane was like
her son. Yeah.
I don't have any of.
Okay, so 0. All right, card number 3, Lursa and Bator, 7 for each Romulan and Romulan Star Empire. Yeah, so I have no Romulans and I have no Star Empire. So this is going to be a very low scoring game, I think.
This one doesn't give me anything because I don't have any
Androids and holograms. All right. Sovak, I get 8 for each artifact. I have 1 artifact.
The weapon is 9, at least 1 Federation security.
Or command, which,
so I have Federation security.
So that's 9. So you got that one. Card number 5, my Pax Hulhat, which is an artifact. 6 for each archaeologist and other cosmic. I don't have any other cosmic, but I do have 1 archaeologist. So I get 6. Yeah, they're all command.
And then this one, 20 if hand contains at least
All three.
all
At
three,
least one personnel.
one non-federation. See? And a weapon. No, I don't see it.
No, non-federation would be the yellow. All your yellows are federation. It would have to be in a.
Oh, I thought it was like that didn't have anything.
No, it has to be non-federation in
So
that actual bar.
Really? Is there one that says non-federation?
Well, no. Ferengi, that's non-federation.
Oh.
This is non-federation. That's non-federation. Basically, anything in the yellow thing.
I thought it was.
So that's Sato. All right. My mysterious plague, 5 for each medical, and I got rid of all my medical. But I choose a race or a species other than hologram or android. I get 5 for each card of the chosen. If human, 8 if it's another. So I'm going to choose Klingon because I got 3 Klingons. And then I get 8 for each one that I have. So that's 8 times 3, so that's 24.
I got 13 points. No more. Oh, this?
Oh, yeah, we're doing those.
5 for each engineer.
So 5 for each engineer, each system, and each location. So 5.
I get rid
10.
of my system.
Yeah, but this is
I have one
new location, so you got 10. All right. And then conflicting orders, 14 with 2 or more command cards with the same alliance. So I have 3 command cards, and they all 3 have the same alliance. So I get the 14.
I'm so good
Me
at
too.
this. I get nothing.
Me too.
Nothing.
That one?
No, I don't.
12 with at least 1 Romulan star. That's why I was saying just keep going through the deck until you got missions you could use or switch it out, right?
I didn't even know how to start a game. Like, I didn't know how to start.
All right. All right. You don't want to know, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, see, you have to.
23 to 62. All
right.
Well, that's game 1. We'll play again. So we'll do a second round and see if it's better. All right. So you can take all the mission cards and shuffle them together. I will take all of these, and Bella needs to say odd. So I guess I will throw up the Be Right Back screen, and then we'll play the game when we get back. right, so we are back. Bella has been walked, and that's all that matters. So we did while we were away. I did go ahead and I noticed it says Fantasy Realms on here still on the book, but we did pull out our Fantasy Realms box, and Fantasy Realms is easier. So Audrey was right to say that it is more complex Star Trek missions because with Fantasy Realms you just had your card type, card name, and then there was a point value on the actual card itself. So definitely more that you have to consider when you're playing the Star Trek. All right. And since I won, that means I will let you go first. Oh, hang on. I gotta see what my missions are to see what I'm going after. Okay. Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff that one wants. Well, you have to draw. There's no other option on the first turn. You kind of have to draw. Oh, at the very end, you get to draw one of everything, basically. So I had him last time. So Meddlesome Q. At the end of the game, draw one card from the discard area, one card from the Galaxy deck, and Mission deck. Then discard any card from your hand other than Meddlesome Q. You must retain Meddlesome Q in exactly one other mission.
Is what blanked means in this?
Blanked is the same as in Fantasy Realms. It basically makes whatever it's saying nothing. It clears whatever it is, good, bad, or otherwise.
So if I complete this, if I don't have a confederation, I don't have a captain or entity,
then that card has no ability. So basically,
it gives me 6 points for each.
Once you have this part, once you have part A, then you can do part B. Yep. Now it says you're supposed to have those in your hand as well. That's probably why this was confusing you about in your hand, because really your missions are supposed to be in your hand as well. But that's too many cards to have in your hand, unless we have one of those card holder things. Did you draw a card?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what to discard. It's so hard to start.
Just discard anything. You can always pick it back up. Like I had to do. I discarded my artifact. I did that at the very beginning. I discarded my artifact and then I ended up picking it up. Traveler, Cosmic Engineer. 10 for each. Oh, dang it. Everything wants Wesley Crusher. I think I'm actually going to pick that up. And then get rid of that one. So Sovak. Yeah, I had him last time.
Un momento.
Un momento. So she went pee and now she's hungry. That makes no sense.
Oh my god. Okay.
Did you draw yet?
No.
Because you don't want Sovak. Sovak's not your buddy?
No.
And you don't want new missions?
No.
That doesn't help me. Dang it. Chancellor Gowron came. Are you sure you shuffled these? These are the same cards from last time.
I did shuffle a lot of times.
I know. I know.
Okay, I don't want my mission, so I...
To draw 2 missions. See? Me and my OCD. Trying to make them all straight and pretty for the viewer. No better?
And I don't know.
I'm gonna get rid of Q then. Rid of Q.
And this one is just 6 points for all of that I have to do. No.
Well, yeah. Well, he's blank with at least, unless with at least one non-Federation captain or entity.
That's a lot. For only 6 points.
No,
6
you just
points.
need a non-Federation captain or entity. Here's a non-Federation captain. See, he's a captain. Oh no, he's not. He's a captain, and he's not Federation. He's Klingon.
Well, I don't know.
All right, that's fine. I'm going to get Meddlesome Q, and you can have Distress Call, because I am not going to try. That one is a lot for nothing. That one's 9 points, and you. Well, it's 9 for each of those items that you could find. I don't have any of those items, so I'm not going to have it. Dang it! This ruins my plan. Oish. My combo doesn't work for both of these missions. I screwed myself up. Maybe. I think our camera keeps blinking. I don't know why. Here's all the time I see the camera blink out of the corner of my eye. Now I'm gonna watch it. I don't know what the ratio of blinking is.
How many do we have to complete
8
to end? Oh, lo siento.
Well, that's what it is. Tricorder.
I didn't draw.
Okay, you should have drawn.
Keep what I have.
Hopefully it's better than the tricorder you got rid of.
Hopefully,
Alright. For each other medical. I'm not working with medical. 9 with at least one Federation security. No, that's not with me either. Hey, there's the holodeck. Yeah, this. I think this is where the game, like, it could be a really quick game because you basically just draw until you get the cards you need. So, I mean, you could hit 8 like really, really quick, which will be a low scoring game. Or you could hit 8 not so quick, and it'd be a higher scoring game. Okay, so back to you. So missions, draw, or, well, I put holodeck out there. Councilor Dientroy. 5 for each different species, not counting herself. That's not bad, but it's not what I'm going for. I know who I'm looking for. I know who I'm looking for. I'm probably not going to find him. There's the hologram. Well. Yeah, I'll get rid of that one instead. I was going for one thing, and now I'm going to switch it. I'm not going to go for that anymore. Now, if it pops up, I'm good, but the chances of him popping up in 2 cards is very unlikely.
So if I have 2 cards that are different but give me the same, will that still count?
Yeah. As long as you meet the requirements for each card. Remember, each card scores individually. So you can have similar cards that do the same thing. As long as you meet the requirements to get the score off of it. Got a bunch of engine rooms too. See, that's the thing. Like, if you can get like one of the things you need, like here, you need engine rooms for both of these guys, right? These both needed Wesley Crusher. This is what I was going for, was trying to find Wesley, but I didn't find him in time. But like here, if you could have these 3 and you got Wesley Crusher, that's tons of points. But it's getting that card, and that's, I think, the difference between 2-player and more, right? Because with more players, you'll get through the deck a little bit quicker. Do you like both your missions? Remember, don't end the game until you know that both missions can be completed. That's kind of what I would say is don't complete the game until you know you can do. That's, I think, the difference between this and regular base fantasy realms is these missions. Is you don't complete it till you finish the missions. Now there was a mission in, I got my fantasy realm here box because we had to look at it. In the Cursed Horde, they added new characters and they added the cursed items, but they didn't add missions. So missions is something new for Star Trek. I like the pretty colors on the cards, though. All right. So what did you give me? Ethical Dilemma. Federation card with command at least 2 others of any species in different, I guess, occupations. I forget the names. 7 for each Ferengi Alliance, each artifact, and each archaeologist. Man, this would be a combo if you had an artifact. So you'd want to keep that for that.
Ever seen an artifact?
I had it. Well, that's what I had in the last game. I hate to do this, but I like my hand. I like my things. Tractor beam. That is end of game. That's todo. Did you have your hand where you wanted it to be? No?
I gave this one to you there, and I needed it.
So at the end of the game, draw 1 card from the discard area. 1 card from the discard area. So I'm going to do Tractor Beam. And then Galaxy Deck. Hey, there's that engine room. And Mission Deck. Then discard any card from your hand other than Meddlesome Q. You must retain Meddlesome Q and exactly 1 other mission. I like all my people because all these work together, so I don't want to get rid of any of my people. So I'm going to get rid of the engineer room. All right. So that gave me way too many cards. That is a huge card. He's not worth any points. So really I don't have to count him for points, but I had to keep him as one of my cards. I couldn't just discard him. All right, so your card number 1. Numero 1.
It gives me 6 for each combat, and you have 1, 2, and 3 combats.
So you have
So
3. 18. Card 1. 7 for each other archaeologist or each artifact and Meddlesome Q. So I have Meddlesome Q. So I get 7. Okay, I don't have any more. She's my only archaeologist. See, like that would have been a good combo too. Would have been grabbing that and that with her, and I could have gotten rid of these 2. That's the thing. There's always cards you could switch in and out, which would have given you more points. But I like my hand. All right, card number 2. Photon torpedoes.
6 for at least 1 non-federation
Captain. C.
And 2 for each other combat. So I have 6 for these and 2 for this and this. So 8. Okay. And 10. See?
6, 10. Yep, 10. All right, because you're shooting at me. Commander Tomalak 13 with 3 or more Federation cards having at least 3 different traits, and I don't have any Federation cards. I got 1 Federation card, but it doesn't count. I got 2 Federation cards, but only one of them has a trait, so I don't get the 13 points.
3. Same. 6 with at least 1 Federation, 1 non-Federation captain, and 2 for each other combat. So.
Oh wow! So it's shields and the torpedoes do the same thing. Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So Commander Sela, 4 for each hostile and Klingon Empire. No hostiles or Klingon Empire. So 0 on that. So these 2 I kept for my mission, but they actually didn't gain me many points on their own. I wasn't even looking at what they needed.
Nothing.
So card number 4,
Each
5 for
other
each Klingon and Klingon Empire. Okay. Mine is Minuet. Blanked unless with holodeck 1, holodeck 2, or computer. So I have holodeck 1. 10 with any command, or 20 with Commander Riker. I didn't get Commander Riker, but I do have a command, so I do get 10 for her. All right, so card number 5.
3 for each Federation, personnel and system, so I have 6. System, Federation.
Oh, and this counts too because it says each. 3 for each, so 3, 6, 9. Because it doesn't say each other. Sometimes it'll say other. Sometimes it'll say, see, like this says each other combat. So this one actually counts. So it's 3, 6, 9.
No, more because this is location. It's not personal
For each
or system.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So 6. 6. Okay. All right. Card number 5, holodeck 1. 8 for each hologram, which she's a hologram, and 2 for each Federation personnel and captain. So I have no Federation personnel or captain, so I just get the 8. All right. Card number 6.
No, I didn't do any of those.
12 with at least 1 Romulan, Star Empire, Ferengi Alliance, or hostile, and at least 1 Betazoid or ambassador. So you have no Romulan, no Star, and no Ferengi. Yeah, so you could have, you needed him. All right, so settle. Tractor beam. 6 with at least 1 non-Federation captain, which I currently have 2 of them, and 2 for each other combat. I don't think I have any other combat though, so I get 6. All right.
This one is 5 for each medical. I don't have any, but then choose. Oh my goodness.
Those species, the peoples.
So let's say I choose this one.
Yeah, Klingon.
Other than hologram or android, so this one.
Yeah.
5 for each card with the chosen one. So.
Well, no, you get 8 if it's anything. If it's human, or 8 if it's not, and he's not human. So 8.
So 0.
8. 8 if any other. You choose one. 5? You chose Klingon. It's 5 for each card if it's human, or 8 if it's anything else. So you got 8. That's the one I had last time when I had 3 Klingons. All right. So now I've got 2 more cards I have to do. So 14 with any 2 or more command of the same. So I have 2 of the same. And then card number 8, away team. 5 for each personnel with a different class, and for each transporter, tricorder, and hand phaser. So 5, I don't have the equipment, but 5 for each personnel with a different thing. So 5, 10, 15. You were doing good on that one. This is a calculator one. I don't want to do this one in my head. Actually, I didn't do the other one in my head. I did the old-fashioned tap tap tap. 1, 2, tap tap tap. All right. So where is me calculador? There's probably an app for this. I almost guarantee there's an app for because they mentioned it in our last stream. Somebody mentioned it. There's a Fantasy Realm app, and this would work the same way because you're just counting the number of cards.
Didn't we use the app for that, or did we just?
No, we wanted to make sure we knew how the combos worked, so we always manually add.
But we use an app for something like this. What was
that was for Between Two Castles. You did much better that time. So 52 to 60. I actually didn't do as good as my last time, so. All right, so we're going to go ahead and switch over. There we go. And we got to get Adri over here un poquito. While we're damaging our floor, because, yeah, we're doing home construction, and let's just say, it's not good on the floors. But there we go, guys. That is Fantasy Realms, or Star Trek Missions, a Fantasy Realms game. Like I said, we're hoping to get the Marvel one as well after we're done this. We'll send out our email like we did last time, and hopefully we get a copy of that to play for you. But we're talking about this particular one. So the first thing is the components. And that's going to keep blinking because there's issues with the webcam today. Component wise, I like the colors. It's very vibrant. I like the colors. I like the, I can't say it's art because it's actually screen stills from the TV show, but they're not bad screen stills because they did that kind of art thing to them, right? They kind of put that little galaxy thing behind them. So I do like that. It's just cards, so there's not much to say about like any other component. You do get a nice score pad. The rule book is a rule book. It tells us how to play. The one gripe I did have, while the cards do have a little bit of a linen finish, they're thin, right? While we were holding them, they started to kind of bend in our hands. That's the only gripe, is that they are kind of thin, so you may want to sleeve the cards to protect them and make them a little bit thicker. Anything with the components for you?
No.
Everything I said. All right, and we got to blink again. Next are the mechanics. So compared to the original Fantasy Realm, there is a couple additional mechanics. The main gameplay is the same. Draw a card, discard a card, right? So that game mechanic we're fine with. We're cool with that. It's very simple, right? They did add, of course, the addition of the missions, right? And then the addition of the extra groupings, right? So you do have the extra groupings as well. I like the missions. I think it gives you something to work towards. Unlike the curses in regular Fantasy Realm, it gives you something to work towards. Whereas the curses were kind of like, used it to give you a benefit. Like, oh, if I play this, I can draw more cards, but I'm going to lose 3 points. So I do like the missions. And then the extra classifications is nice as well because it helps your strategy. You can go a bunch of different ways with it by having those extra things. What about you for the mechanics?
I like these mechanics. I like this type of games. I just think
This type of card game, because normally card games you want to move things around a board. You want to place your meeples.
yeah, but I like this one about matching. I just think that there are too many, or I don't know. I mean, it's the first time I play, and it was hard for me to start, or sometimes to know what to discard.
But I think that's been the same in all three.
Five. Do we always in Fantasy Realms? Do we have also 5 cards only?
I think it was 7. I think we drew up to 7. And that's where we stayed. The reason we're still drawing up to 7 on this one, but it's the 2 mission cards. The missions is what you use.
Only, I thought it was not enough
to
make
build.
At least, to something.
To build something, yeah.
And just there are many more things to pay attention to that match.
Yeah, like we didn't even see this unidentified ship. There's Riker that I needed. He was near the bottom. Sick Bay, way down here near the bottom. Holodeck 2. Data, Jean-Luc. Where's my Wesley? There's Wesley. Wesley was in the middle of the deck. We would have never gotten to Wesley. 10 forward showed up there too. But yeah, I think that is one of the things, and that we may bring that up, of course, at our Fun to Two. So the next is the difficulty, which you touched on, and that is it is more difficult than regular Fantasy Realms because of those extra, I don't know what they want to call them, classifications, categories. It just says they contain 5 pieces of information. The different matching criteria, we'll say that, right? So there is more to it than regular Fantasy Realms, and therefore you are going to have to think a little bit more. It does make it a little bit more difficult. It will lead to some analysis paralysis because of that. Same thing for difficulty. Yeah, I mean, that's what you were saying, right? You went from mechanics into difficulty and merged them together. Next is fun at 2. I had fun playing this at 2. I don't think it's the ideal player count. I think the same as with regular Fantasy Realms at least has a 2-player variant. I think that makes it a little bit better because you have a bigger pool. Yeah. I think that's needed here too. I think if we could have gone maybe 2 more draws, might have helped. So that's one thing I think. The other is like with Red Rising, which we're going to do a compare and contrast between this and Red Rising, is I think the same thing is you're not seeing enough of that card turnover. You would need some way to get into those cards to really make good combos. Yeah. So it was fine at 2. I don't think that's the preferred player count for this. It may need to be house ruled to allow it to go 2 more cards, just like regular Fantasy Realms.
That we could do.
Well, yeah, we could do it. It's our game. We can do what we want, right?
Yes.
We can do whatever we want. And then the last thing is the theme. What did you think about the theme? I can't say there's a theme. There is an IP on top of it. For me, I enjoyed seeing the cards because I've watched all of this. And I kind of know some of the associations like the Traveler and Q and Wesley Crusher. I know how they all go together, right? Because I've watched the show. So for me, I like that. But I guess for you, it'd be comparison. Do you like this space theme better, or do you like the fantasy wizards and knights and stuff theme better? Or really both of them about the same, neither one particularly more than the other? You want to play the Marvel one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That one?
So for me, theme was great. I enjoyed seeing these. I would say between this and Fantasy Realms, I like fantasy. I like space, but this at least has an IP that I like. So I think for me, it was a hit. For Audrey, she could do one way or the other. We'll have to see. So we'll have to see if we can get the Marvel version. If we get the Marvel version, then we'll definitely. I almost guarantee you that'll just win. It'll take all three of them. It'll be our favorite one. Any last thoughts?
I was going to say that I always in this game say there are too many categories, like too many. What they call what do you say?
Matching conditions. I don't know. We call it like 4 different things. Criteria.
So. But I was going to say that, but I remember saying the same for Fantasy Realms and Red Rising. So I don't know if there are actually many more or not.
I'm wondering how many people have been annoyed by that the whole time. Like I'm catching out of the corner of my eye every time it blinks, and it's very, very annoying. See, something's wrong with our camera. So we're gonna go ahead and end the stream there because we're just having one of those nights. If you guys want to see more gameplay or have played this and have an opinion about it, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see the rest of our live gameplays. But until next time, guys.
Adios.
Peace.